Hello Capricorn, this is Inspire 2016 with your weekly tarot reading for the week commencing the 26th of September until the 2nd of October 2016. The first card for you is representing, how do you feel about yourself? Your card is the Hierophant. You feel a need for advice or wise counsel or perhaps spiritual consolation. Someone, or perhaps immediate events, will provide moral and practical guidance. Perhaps you are considering becoming such a tutor, counselor or spiritual advisor. You desire the tried and tested traditional values, so when considering your options, this approach will prove wiser than adopting an unconventional novel approach. For example, marriage is more likely to be your desire than a living together situation. This card also suggests that you have a desire to follow due process and to stay within the conventional bounds of what is typically an orthodox approach. Instead of being innovative, you will need to adapt to the existing set of beliefs and systems that are already in place. You will need to do what is expected of you. The appearance of the Hierophant in a tarot reading indicates that this is certainly not a time to challenge the status quo. The Hierophant card suggests that you may be wise to follow established social structures and traditions. You may be involved in some sort of ritual, ceremony, or the trappings of religion. There is also a need to honor some tradition in your life, or maybe start some traditions of your own if you have none. Consider also exploring your spiritual or religious heritage. The Hierophant card often stands for institutions and their values. The Hierophant is a symbol of the need to conform to rules or fixed situations. His appearance can show that you are dealing with a force that is not innovative, free-spirited or individual but is instead fixated on the way we have always done things around here. Groups can be enriching or stifling depending on circumstances. Sometimes we need to follow a program or embrace tradition, while at other times we need to trust ourselves. The Hierophant card indicates that you may feel compelled to join some sort of group or institution. It may be as significant as joining a new church or religious group, or as simple as joining a gym. This card is about identifying with a group and a way of thinking that will have benefit for you and will prompt further learning. In his focus on sharing knowledge through an institution, the Hierophant represents education and the pursuit of knowledge. This card can indicate a period of increased studying and learning, through formal mechanisms. You seek to understand a field of study that has been widely explored and documented, and so you may go to a well-known or established teacher to find out more. The Hierophant may also appear in your life as a psychotherapist, a wise counselor, a priest, or a spiritual mentor to whom you will turn for wisdom and knowledge. He may be an authority or a kind and generous mentor who nurtures a spiritual awareness. You will learn new skills from this helpful teacher as he has the wisdom to provide good counsel and advice. The Hierophant card is the carrier and transmitter of ancient wisdom and religious teaching. He represents a link between us and the divine and, for this reason, he is often referred to as the Pope. The role of the Pope is traditionally that of the mediator between God and mankind. As such, the Hierophant represents the spiritual teacher who helps us come into contact with the divine and universe. Unlike the magician, who simply points the way, the Hierophant is a trusted guide, one who will take you by the hand and lead you to your spiritual goal. He represents a gateway to a higher consciousness reached in a ritualized manner. He teaches that which can be learned by word and example. All things that are righteous and sacred come with the Hierophant card are marriage, alliance, captivity, servitude, mercy and goodness, inner conscience and outer conscience. The second card for you is representing, what do you want most right now? Your card is the Moon. At this time you desire clarity and less of those confused emotions that leave you fearful and vulnerable. You want to know the outcome because you are so unsure about how you feel. Use your intuition to guide you away from deception and ride this out, it will turn out alright in the end. The Moon is also a good omen if you are in a clandestine affair. This Moon card is a psychological card of projecting fear into your present and your future, based on past experiences. The images, thoughts and feelings that you have repressed over time cause inner disturbances that are becoming overwhelming. As a result, you are now experiencing negative blocks within your personality, causing fear and anxiety. To remedy this, you need to go through a purging process whereby deep memories are released. This is a time when you need to go deep into your soul and dredge up your anxieties, fears, psychic blocks and personality disturbances. Many invisible things are coming to the surface, including secret motives, clandestine information and ancient hidden truths. These newly discovered resources may confuse you, but once they are brought to your awareness, they will no longer haunt you. The Moon is a card of illusion and deception, and therefore often suggests a time when something is not as it appears to be. Vigilance and clear perception will be necessary to find that which is hidden before it is too late. If other cards in the reading are negative, then the Moon shows that not all is as wonderful as you would think, and there are still hidden forces at play that may unravel your success. You may be idealizing the situation, and ignoring the fact that potential for failure exists among success. If the other cards are generally positive, then the Moon suggests that you are letting your imagination run away with you, and that things are not nearly as bad as they seem. In both cases you must open your eyes and see what is really going on. Guard against accepting illusions, as they may cause an error in your judgment. Oftentimes, the Moon appears in a reading when you are not sure of your destination, or even of the path you are traveling, but you travel nonetheless. You may have lost your way and are now left to walk in the dark, guided only by your inner light and intuition. You need to go on without a clear picture of where you are, where you are going, or where you have been. The Moon is a card of intuition and psychic forces, so let go of your conscious mental blocks or negative self-talk, and allow your intuition to guide you. Your dreams, intuitions, and inner promptings lead you forward toward higher levels of understanding if you listen carefully and use your judgment to help interpret the veiled messages of the unconscious. Not only will the way forward be revealed, but in many cases you will learn lessons about yourself that will be valuable in later journeys. The third card for you is representing your fears. Your card is the Empress. You are feeling insecure, perhaps have money worries, concerns over your children, or maybe an unplanned pregnancy. There are people around you who love and care for you, and they will give you support. Try not to be overprotective and do not resort to emotional blackmail, it won't do you any favors. This card also suggests a loss of personal power through placing too much emphasis on another person's emotional or material needs, thus neglecting your own. This card may also indicate some indecisiveness concerning others and confusion about the direction a relationship may be taking. You may also be finding it difficult to work cooperatively with others. The reason for this lack of harmony is likely to be within you, and therefore introspection is required. The Empress suggests that you are feeling very challenged because you do not have an avenue to express your true thoughts and feelings, and you are obliged to bottle a lot of it up inside. Have you got a close friend in whom you can confide? You need to share your feelings with someone so that you can understand them and get in touch with your inner self. This card can also suggest a dependence on other people's feelings, indicating that you may be playing a waiting game now to see how your partner reacts and what emotion he or she displays. It is best not to do this, but instead work through your own emotions independently of him or her. If you are struggling in a relationship, the first step for you is to take some time to yourself in order to restore your energy levels and your belief in yourself. Unfortunately, your past relationships have impacted how you see yourself and your ability to truly love and trust another person. As a result, you may be doubting your inner beauty and losing your inspiration for creating beautiful, loving relationships. You may also be overprotective of someone you love, and this is straining your relationship. Be mindful that you are not becoming a smothering, demanding mother. Are you mothering your partner, friends, or family too much? Be careful not to overdraw on the characteristics of the upright Empress. You may need to follow the example of the High Priestess, who listens to her inner psyche for the answers. More generally, the Empress indicates that you are feeling discontented because something is missing or lacking in your life, or because you want to find something creative, meaningful or fulfilling to do, but you do not know what. This card can indicate a creative block. You may find your mood is depressed or negative. Work can feel laborious and mundane. This is not a time to think, act or do. You are already overloaded, and mental pursuits will not give you what you need. Further attempts to follow your intellect or reasoning mind will only cause frustration or lead you astray. The fourth card for you is representing what is going for you. Your card is the Hermit. You are instinctively taking time to relax and reflect, drawing on your inner strength and wisdom to guide you through this difficult period in your life. Time is a great healer, so even if you don't know quite what to do now, you will eventually make the right decision. The Hermit signals a warning not to make hasty decisions. Make sure you observe a period of rest and recuperation if you have been unwell. You are in a phase of introspection where you are drawing your attention and focus inward and looking for answers within. You have a strong need to understand, not just at the surface level, but to really know why life is the way it is. The Hermit reflects that your consciousness has moved inward, and you now realize that the truth and understanding you seek is within yourself and not in the distractions of the outside world. This is a perfect time to take a step back from your day-to-day life and deeply contemplate your motivations, personal principles and values. The Hermit reflects that you are engaging in a period of soul-searching. You want to seek the truth at all costs. You desire a new direction in life and, as a result, have recently begun a journey of self-discovery and contemplation. There comes a point in life when we begin to question the status quo, knowing that there is a deeper meaning to life, and thus, we begin to search for it. This search is mainly a solitary quest because the answers do not lie in the external world but within us. Thus, the Hermit card indicates a time when you seek solitude and isolation from others. You need to be alone and you want to withdraw from the world around you. This is so that you can retreat further into your own private world and experience a deep sense of seclusion. Through meditation, contemplation and self-examination, you may begin to re-evaluate your personal goals and change your overall direction. You will look at your life with a deeper, more spiritual understanding and will begin to change some of your priorities as a result. There is a certain level of spiritual attainment that is associated with the hermit. You need to develop the true power of a spiritual master through deep introspection. Be content with being alone or associate only with those on your level. Do not waste time and energy on those not ready or not worthy. The hermit represents the desire to turn away from a consumerist or materialistic society to focus on the inner world. The hermit has learned to help others with love and compassionate detachment. This card indicates that you have gone beyond the point of being critical and you can now understand and appreciate that the varied paths people choose for themselves all lead to the same higher purpose. You have reached a high enough level of spiritual attainment yourself that you no longer need to convince others of what they should do. You can honor silence and allow your inner light to shine out towards others as a means of communication. Meditating on the Hermit card teaches you to honor the wisdom within yourself. You must find your own light, shine it on your soul and create your own special path. Through meditation and visualization, the Hermit allows you to get in touch with the wise person inherent within you. The fifth card for you is representing what is going against you. Your card is the Magician. Someone, most likely male, isn't quite who they seem. Trickery and deception can be cleverly disguised as charm and friendliness, so be sure that this person really does have your best interests at heart. If someone who you feel wary of is presenting you with a business opportunity, be cautious and trust your instincts. This card can indicate greed, deceit, manipulation and using one's skill and ability for negative ends. It can reflect trickery and cunning, untrustworthiness and mental confusion. The Magician may represent your typical used car salesman. He uses his charm and his power in a manipulative manner to convince you of his point of view. Always be careful of this type. Make sure you know what you are buying into rather than being swept away by the excitement he generates. The Magician often suggests that you may be out of touch with reality and struggling to bring yourself back down to earth. There may be confusion, impatience and lack of a clear plan. You need to return to the lesson of the Fool and free yourself from the current situation in order to give yourself some perspective and reassess the situation. Ask yourself, where am I focusing my energy? Are my objectives clear? What skills and abilities are needed in this situation? How am I communicating with others? What do I want others to believe or see about me? The Magician shows that you have a lot of skills, talents and abilities that are not being utilized at the moment and you feel as if your true potential is not being maximized. You may be feeling that you have so much more to give, that there are skills or talents that you have gained over the years that you are not using right now. There is something that you know you are very good at but you have not allowed yourself the opportunity to really nurture and explore this skill. You will already know what these talents are, so ask yourself, why am I not putting these talents to good use? What is getting in the way of drawing upon my skills and abilities and reaching my full potential? What needs to change in order to be the best person I can be? You will need to find opportunities where you can tap into this unused skill and bring it into the conscious mind. Similarly, the Magician in a spiritual reading suggests that you have a particular skill or talent that could help your spiritual journey but you are not yet using this skill. On the other hand, you may be keen to pursue new spiritual interests, particularly if your current path is not fully meeting your needs. Be open to change and know that it is okay to build up a portfolio of different spiritual beliefs and skills. The last card for you is representing the likely outcome that you may have. Your card is the Strength. Courage and self-belief is what you need to succeed. You may already feel overflowing with these, and if so, there's no doubt you will achieve what you want with your career, finances and love life. If you are feeling negative, look inward for that strength and courage. You know you are capable of having self-belief and you'll reap great rewards. Overall, this card represents inner strength and the power of the human spirit to overcome any obstacle. It is about knowing that you can endure life's obstacles by drawing upon your inner strength and confidence. You have great stamina and persistence, tempered by an underlying patience and inner calm. You are focused on what you need to do, and you go about it in a way that demonstrates great composure and maturity. The Strength card also reflects a compassionate approach. You are like the woman in this card who offers love and patience to the ferocious lion in order to be able to tame him. You give others space and you are tolerant of their needs. You are accepting and can easily forgive any imperfections. In doing this, you create a safe and trusting environment where you can then gently influence others. This demonstrates a level of soft control, persuading and coaxing others to your way of thinking. The qualities of Strength card are already in you, waiting to appear once you have mastered all your raw, foundational emotions and when you are ready to move on to the spiritual tasks that lie ahead. Its main lesson is that emotions must be transcended if spiritual wisdom and intuition are to be awakened. Your inner voice is often drowned out by the constant noise of emotion and preoccupation with fear. Only once you have eliminated these raw emotions can you begin to create the silence you need. So conquer your fears, control your impulses, and never lose patience with yourself or what you are doing. Eventually you will see the wisdom of letting go of your lower self. The Strength archetype teaches you that you have the strength to tame the beasts within yourself. Meditating on this card can assist your process of honoring and experiencing the inherent strength that is within your nature. The Strength card shows a balance of the aspects of you that are human, animal and divine. It may seem impossible, but love, kindness and a brave heart can bring them into balance. This card indicates a time when you need to be very conscious of your instinctual urges and reactions, and bring them into balance with the greater good and meaning in life. This is not a time to act out in rage or in hatred, but instead to look at the situation from a place of love and compassion. The Strength card represents a higher level of consciousness that allows you to take responsibility for yourself, so that you can master yourself and your world. The Strength card reminds us that inside each of us is a passionate and instinctual side that, depending on the person, will either burst out frequently or infrequently. If you are one of those people who acts impulsively or irrationally, and who blurts out angry comments or negative things to others, the Strength card calls on you to try to tame yourself. The woman in this card is calmly subduing the lion by offering peace, love, and warmth. You may need to do the same to prevent yourself from leaping out at others and saying some things you might later regret. In a tarot reading, Strength offers you the hope of connecting with both your inner and outer strength. It asks you to find the confidence within yourself to present yourself to the world as strong, assertive, and persevering. If you have been self-doubting, the Strength card gives you the confidence to fight those doubts. Additionally, if you are feeling worn out or stressed, Strength says to you, things are going to get better. You are going to find the strength within yourself and within others to keep going. You have enough endurance to see this task through to its eventual end. If you are pushing too hard, Strength shows the need to withdraw for the moment, and to be patient. Enlightenment will come only when the time is right, it cannot be rushed. With the Strength card, it is clear that strength and courage will be applied to all your endeavors. Results may be slow in coming, but you will hold your own, get a lot accomplished, and summon up enough energy to do what it takes to get the job done. One way or another, you will be recognized or rewarded for your efforts. Last but not least, the guidance card for you is the Unity. Working in groups enriches you right now. You drew this card because it's time for you to expand your circle of friends or join a group. For example, you may want to enroll in school or become part of a spiritual organization. This is also an optimal time to make friends with supportive new people who have integrity and a strong moral compass. It's also time to question and review any rules, restrictions, or limited beliefs that have been placed around your current situation, by you or by others, to make sure that they're fair to everyone involved. This can lift any previous blocks to the manifestation of your goals. Additional meanings of this card: experts or mentors, the search for meaning in life, having faith in a group of people, schools and spiritual institutions. Sandalphon is the archangel who delivers prayers from earth to heaven. Call upon him to increase your faith and your commitment to your dreams and goals.
I hope that you enjoy everything, and if you like the reading, just please click subscribe and you will get instant notifications every time we publish a new video right to your YouTube. Thanks.